Imagine you're in a room. One person is loud, performing for the crowd. Another is aggressively networking. And a third is desperate to prove their worth. And then there's one person, barely talking, just watching. That person, the quietest one, is often the most dangerous person in the room. Not because they're violent, but because they're unreadable, unmovable, and highly informed. Here are 9 psychological reasons why the silent observer can be the most powerful person in the room. Number 1. The information advantage. In social psychology, uncertainty reduction theory, developed by Berger and Calabrese, suggests humans have an innate drive to reduce uncertainty about others, to make sense of their environment. Most people do this by broadcasting, talking constantly to find common ground. But the quiet person uses passive strategies. By observing from the sidelines, they build a massive predictive model of everyone else, while giving almost nothing away in return. Number 2. Unpredictability becomes a threat. Because humans instinctively hate uncertainty, a person who doesn't talk becomes a source of psychological discomfort. According to that same uncertainty reduction theory, when we can't model someone's intentions, our brains default to a state of high alert. We label the quiet person dangerous simply because we feel threatened by what we cannot predict. Number 3. Breaking manipulation. Most social manipulators rely on baiting you with anger, shame, or flattery to get a reaction. According to James Gross's process model of emotion regulation, high-functioning individuals are able to moderate their emotional responses. A quiet person is often skilled at this regulation, and their lack of reaction implies they are highly functioning and immune to typical social traps. Number 4. They don't leak weaknesses. Psychologist Paul Ekman spent his career studying emotional leakage, micro-expressions and verbal slips that reveal what we're really feeling. And the simple truth is, the more you talk, the more you leak. By maintaining a controlled, quiet exterior, these individuals minimize their tells, making them a closed book, even to skilled observers. Number 5. Words as weapons. In speech act theory, popularized by J.L. Austin, speaking isn't just sharing information, it's an action. Philosophers like John Searle later developed the idea that certain actions, like making promises, commands, or warnings, are performed only through speaking. Because the quiet person speaks rarely, their words carry more force. When they finally do speak, it lands heavier, much more than the noise of a chatterbox. Number 6. Status through impression management. Erving Goffman's Dramaturgical Theory suggests we're all performing on a front stage. Most people are constantly auditioning for social status, but by withholding that performance, the quiet person signals they don't need your approval. In the hierarchy of any room, the person who doesn't need attention is often perceived as the one who already holds power. Number 7. Seeing patterns others miss. Daniel Kahneman, Nobel laureate and author of Thinking Fast and Slow, warns that most people operate on System 1, quick, snap judgments, based on limited information. On the other hand, quiet people are more likely to engage System 2, slow, analytical thinking. While the rest of the room makes faulty snap judgments, the quiet observer has the luxury of making informed, accurate decisions. Number 8. Decisive action. In The Strategy of Conflict, Thomas Schelling explains that strategic power often comes from credible commitment, sometimes by limiting your own options. Because a quiet person doesn't telegraph their intentions and takes their time before acting, their eventual commitment is seen as more focused and more credible. When they move with a power that others can't easily counter. Number 9. Silence forces projection. This is perhaps the most dangerous trait of all. In psychology, projection is a defense mechanism where people attribute their own hidden impulses to others. When you give someone a blank slate of silence, they often fill it with their own fears, guilt, and motives. By saying nothing, the quiet person can get you to reveal exactly who you are. Being the quiet one isn't about being shy or antisocial. It's about disciplined conservation of energy and information. As the old saying goes, the lion doesn't need to roar to prove he's a lion. In a world of social media that won't stop talking, maybe the most radical thing you can do is just listen. If you found this analysis helpful, subscribe to The Quiet Mind for more deep dives into the psychology of the silent observer.